Hi everyone, my name is Luigi Montefusco, Ganga. I'm born in Napoli, Italy, and I'd like to share with you some of my experiences of search for spirituality. From when I was very young, I was always interested in knowing how things work. And because I used to be very observant about the star, the moon, the sky, the water, the rain, the mountains, and the people. And I used to think how everything works. So sometimes I used to open the clock of my father and try to understand how intricate it was and how it works, and the spring and the screw. And then I was convinced I would put it together, but I failed. So I was in search for understanding, and understanding what is beyond everything. So I was in search of understanding what is beyond everything. So in my research, I start to ask people. I asked the priests, I asked my grandfather, I asked my mother, I asked my friend, and they all told me, why are you so young? Why are you thinking about this? There's so much nice things to enjoy in this material world. So don't worry, just go and have fun. At one point I thought, well, maybe I'm a little crazy, because I used to think, how is it possible that God created all these planets in the night and there is no life anywhere? How is it possible that everything is happening in the spring, the summer, the winter is coming? Everything is so beautiful, the flower, the smell, the nice mountains, the water, the ocean. How everything is happening automatically. There must be somebody. Who is that somebody who is controlling everything? So I was really puzzled, and I started to study religion. So I want to know about Jesus and his wonderful doctrine, his preaching, he's telling people how to be good people. But Jesus said always, I am the Son of God. So when I went to ask the priest, Father Tommaso, so tell me, Father Tommaso, who is actually the father of Jesus? I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? He said, well, you have to have faith in Jesus. I said, I do have faith. I like his preaching. He's a wonderful personality, but I want to know more. What about reincarnation? What about good people dying? What about children suffering? What about wars? What about the beauty of this planet? And I couldn't make sense of it. Okay, I grew up in a nice family, Italian family. The family, they're very united. I had 2 brothers, 1 sister, lovely people, nice, so many uncle, auntie to love me and to give me so much unconditional love. My father and mother were very loving, and a beautiful countryside. So at that time, by the time I was 14, I was really much attracted to motorcycle. So I used to have a few friends on motorcycle, and I started to become passionate about motocross. Near our house there is a big, huge park. It's called Parco della Caffarella, which is more than 100 kilometers wide. And there's all ups and downs and jumps. So every afternoon we used to go there with a motorbike and learn how to do motocross and jumps and stunts. And this was very attractive. Of course, sometimes you fall. Sometimes you think, why me? Why did I fall? What did I make mistake? Accident happened. Who's again intriguing my mind? Who is controlling everything? How is everything working? So this was something which was always deep into my mind, deep into my heart, which pushed me forward to research further and further and further. So by the time I was 14, I started to travel all over Italy, which is a beautiful, wonderful country. I met wonderful people. Then by the time I was 16, I traveled all over Europe. I was in Copenhagen, living for some time in Christiania, having different psychedelic experiences, going deep into consciousness, understanding your mind, understanding yourself, understanding who you are. But still I was baffled. I could understand I am something else. I am not this, but who am I? What is the context in this creation? What am I doing? What is happening after death? what is happening? A suffering of the living entity. So I was again intrigued. Traveling around Europe and Italy, wonderful experiences, meeting nice people. By the time I was 19, I was called into the army. In the beginning I was thinking, this is crazy. I'm going to waste 1 year of my life. Wasted inside the army, learning how to shoot, and all these things. But actually, when I went there, I discovered something very important in my life. Discipline. I was not very disciplined. Although I would listen to the elders. But I was not very disciplined. I was doing whatever I want. Free love, free traveling, free everything. I was thinking, if the dog ran free, why not me? That's a famous song of Bob Dylan. But anyway, I went into the army and I was very rebellious and I was really against everything. I didn't want to shoot the gun. I was love and peace and love. So I ended up in a jail a few times for disrespecting the army, for disrespecting the system. But then at one point, the colonel called me and he told me, look, my dear friend, you are very young. Montefusco, you're like my son. We have a system here. We run this system. You think you can outrun us? We have been running this system for hundreds of years. We take people, we train them to fight, to become a man. So I understand, for whatever reason, you're coming from different background, but yeah, we train everybody the same. We give you nice food, we give you nice training. I was in telecommunication, you learn about radio, you learn about bridges between the Navy and the Air Force and the Earth. So all these things are there for you to learn. But do you really want to learn? Do you really want to do something in your life? Please try to follow the process. So the great things I learned about the army was about discipline. Because I started to follow the system, and when I follow the system I could understand. I can control my mind. I can actually do whatever I want. I'm not just a flag which blows according to the wind, you turn, or your friend pushing you in different direction. No, I could choose. I could actually do something with my life. And the most important thing I wanted to do in my life was to search about the truth. Because there are so many relative truths, but I was thinking there must be one absolute truth. Something which is predominating above everything else. So, by the time I finished the army, I was 20, and I really became a man. I was not afraid anymore of anything, and I was able to withstand on my leg and do whatever I want. So, the trip to India was an incredible, wonderful experience and adventure. Different tastes, different people, different scenery, different experience. Of course, this is a book which we wrote, which is a story of itself. It's called The Trip to India. But once we reach India and we cross from Pakistan to India, I felt like there was something amazing happening. Like a big burden on my head was removed, and I felt, wow, this is my country. This is a beautiful place, all colorful. The children were playing around. The people were wearing very nice colored clothes and saris, and people were smiling and happy. And I thought, this is my place. I felt in my heart, this is my home. This is where I belong. This is my place. So that was in 1977. We decided to go to India. But we were young. We didn't have any money. So we give ourselves a few months to collect some money, put ourselves together, and start our journey. So I was working in my friend's mechanic shop, Angelo Ferrara. He had a tire shop, and I used to go and work in the daytime for him. And in the evening with Fabio, we used to go and play in some of the Rome Center City famous restaurant. We go with two guitars, we will sing some serenade amongst the people, sitting at the table eating and collecting some donation. So that way, in a couple of months, we were able to collect around $600-700, which at that time was quite a bit of money. So we didn't want to go all the way around from Italy to Greece and reach Turkey, so we took a flight to Istanbul, and then from Istanbul we start our journey. So our father accompanied in the airport. They asked us, when you come back? We said, well, we don't know. We're going this trip. It's an adventure. We'll let you know. So we reached Istanbul and we decided to go slowly to India. So we went to Iran and then went to Afghanistan, then we went to Pakistan, and finally we reached India. So India was truly wonderful and amazing, and as people told us, was a fantastic place with a fantastic people, with wonderful food, beautiful color and mountain. Eventually we reached Mator, where our Marco was there in the village, was from Italy, and we found him. After going around and around, we found him, and he welcomed us to spend some time with him. He had a small hut made of bamboo in Mr. Prakash family, which was a wonderful family who hosted him. And he was speaking Hindi. He was very tall and very nice person. So we spent some time with him in this beautiful, hilly, wonderful place in the mountain of Himachal Pradesh. We went to with him in Meklooganj. We went with him to Kangra. Meklooganj is a place where the Dalai Lama has his residence. So a lot of Tibetan people, there are prayer wheels, there are temples, and singing of the Tibetan mantra. So it's a very mystical experience. We started traveling all over India, in Gujarat, in Himachal, and then we went to south, we went to different places. And we did meet a lot of sadhus, we met a lot of saintly persons, we met a lot of Guruji, but there were nothing appealing to me. And as there were ordinary people trying to find the same thing which everybody wants, some money, some name, some fame. So I was not very impressed, and my quest for spirituality remained. So, of course, I will tell you this in some other story in more detail, but I was quite disillusioned. And also in India there are so many temples, Ganesh temple, Shiva temple, Durga temple, this temple, that temple. Everywhere you worship like God. So I was even more confused. I was thinking, who is God? Is Ganesh, is Durga, is Shiva, is Kartikeya, is this, is that. There are 33 millions of God in India. So, and I was even becoming more and more confused. So my quest was not yet answered. So Kathmandu, it's a beautiful city, ancient temple, nice people, and wonderful atmosphere, very relaxed. I went to the Indian embassy to apply for my 6 months tourist visa to come back to India. And then I was sitting with my friend Severo in one of these temples, and I saw the Sankirtan party going. I said, hey, I remember I saw these people before. I saw them many years ago in Piazza Navona in Rome, and I saw them singing and dancing. I thought, who are these guys? Which planet they come from? But then they stopped and they started to distribute everybody some cake. And I went and took one, and I said, wow, this is so good. Can you give me one more? He said, yeah, take as many as you want. I said, do I have to pay anything? They said, no, it's free. And I said, wow, these are good people, you know what I mean? They're singing, they're dancing, they're wearing some kind of bad shit, they were shaved head, and they were like super incredible. In the end, they give free food to everybody. So I said, this cannot be wrong, these people are good. So now I see them again, and I see them chanting, dancing. Then one person came and spoke to me and said, hey, why don't you buy one of these magazines? I said, oh, well, brother, I don't have any money, I'm not so rich, or I'm traveling around, I'm just barely making, and this and that. He said, so I started talking to him. His name was Jagadananda, and it happened that he was from Italy too. And so we started talking Italian, we became friends, In the end, he gave me the magazine for free. He said, I think you should deserve to read it. It's very important. And then I was thinking, wow, these people, they're amazing people because they're like spiritual scientists. They know stuff which nobody knows. And they explain in a very scientific way about the Earth, the Moon, the planet. I asked them many questions. They say, yeah, there is people all over the universe. They are living entity. What about the aliens? Yeah, there is aliens. I mean, whatever you want to call it, there are different living entities. Maybe they have different type of body. In the sun, they have a fire body. On this earth, we have a water body. So it was really appealing to me. I said, wow, this is far out. Amazing people. So I read the magazine. It was really beautiful. And then after a few days, I saw them again in the street. They saw me again. They invited me to the temple. And it was like meeting some old friend after a long time. So I went to the temple. They fed me nice khichdi, which is like risotto, rice and dal mixed together with the sabji, with the vegetable. It was really tasty, and everybody was very friendly. So, and I was thinking, wow, this may be Lord Shiva. The prayers which I performed to Lord Shiva, now they've been answered because it's connecting me with these people. And these people, they really have some deep knowledge, scientific knowledge. So then I went and picked up my visa, and I met again the devotees there. There was a Maharaj, Bhakti Swami. He said, hey, where are you going? He was from Italy too. And he said, oh, I'm going back to India. Yeah, we are going to India too. What were you doing before you come to India? I said, I was a mechanic. And he said, oh, we need a mechanic because we have 2 Mercedes van, always a wreck, so we need a mechanic. You please come with us. Tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock, we meet in the square. We are going to India. I said, wow, that's far out. That was amazing. And I thought, this is the plan of Providence or something. So the next morning I was there and I jumped into the van. Me and Severo, we started traveling, and finally we came to India. So then, traveling from Nepal to India, we crossed the border, Raxol, and then we reached Patna. So the devotee told me, hey, we are going to the barber, would you like to come? I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So I shaved my hair, which was very hard at the moment, the first time. Was very painful, but I thought, whatever please the devotees. I left the Sika, this stuff in my head. So they told me, we're going to take a bath in the river. Now we throw away these clothes, we give you new clothes. I said, well, I'm going to wear a bed sheet. I said, no, this is called dhoti. You can wear it. It's very nice, it's fresh, and the air comes, and you feel good because the weather here is tropical. So I said, yeah, whatever. And then they teach me to put this mark on my forehead with a mantra and the tilak. And I put that, okay, I said, sure, no problem. And then they give me one bag full of magazines. I said, what is this? He said, look, we are the Sankirtan party. I said, what do you mean Sankirtan party? Yeah, we are distributing books. I said, why are you distributing these books? What's the problem? What's the thing? You want to make money? He said, no, it's not about money. It's about distributing transcendental knowledge, awakening people, make people happy. Because anybody who read this, it's about God, it's about spiritual revolution in their mind, in their heart, purify the consciousness. I said, but look, I don't speak the language, I don't know anything. He said, no problem. You take one magazine inside, 1 rupee, 1 rupees. So I said, okay, I was scared. I was thinking like jumping the first time from the airplane with a parachute. I was scared. I said, what people will think about with this mark in my forehead, with this bad shit, with a shaved head. I look at myself, I look completely different. I was happy in my heart and said, okay, I did so many crazy things in my life, I can do this one too. So Jagadana took me on one road. He said, look, I'm going this side of the shop, you go this side of the shop, and just go on, and if you have a problem, you come to me. He said, show me how you do it. He said, I went to one shop, he gave this magazine to everybody. He said, 1 rupee. Some people said, 1 rupee is no problem. Everybody bought it. So then, in 15-20 minutes, I distributed all of my books. I went back to the van. Mara said, what happened? I finished the book. He said, no problem, we'll give you more. He gave me another 50. And go out again. And then I was so happy. I was feeling happy. And I was feeling, wow, I'm able to do something which is very valuable. So I was feeling very satisfied. And I was feeling immediately great happiness in my heart. So I was feeling like I was in the right association of people. And eventually we came to Calcutta and Mayapur. So we reached Mayapur in 1979. Full of rice field everywhere, beautiful, the Ganges river. There's a small temple, a small community of devotee, and few Italian devotees I met, Satwik and many others. They asked me, hey, why don't you spend some time here? You know, you can learn about love, you can learn the right vibration, the energy of the Lord in this place. It's a famous place, it's a holy place. And I thought to myself, yeah, why not? I should invest some of my time in studying about universal love, in studying about what is this creation, and all the questions I have will be answered. So I decided I'll spend some time here. And well, you know, it's been quite a bit of time, but time goes fast. And I'm still here. And the community is growing. And well, when you get time, please come and visit us. And I'll tell you more about my life. Hare Krishna.